Hello there everyone, Ashnflash here, and welcome on into another LEGO Marvel 2023 news video. Today we are going to be talking about the brand new mechs for 2023 launching on January the 1st. We have official pictures for those. But anyways, let's go ahead and let's get started. So the very first set here that we have is set number 76241. This is the Hulk Mech Armor. This will be retailing for $14.99 USD or $19.99 Canadian. Bit of a price increase there, but I think for some of them you could see how it's justified. It's mostly just due to inflation, but anyways, this here is a pretty good looking mech. I'm glad the Hulk finally has one, honestly. I like the build for parts of this. Like, even looking at it from far away, it almost just looks like the Hulk, I think. You know what I mean? And that's the point of these. The mech itself, I like the giant hands and just some of the colors, how they've got all these different shades of green. I think maybe the shorts are a bit short, but I really like the feet build and all that. That's kind of interesting. We've never really had someone like that for these mechs, I don't think. But yeah, it's cool. Also, unexpectedly, he can hold like this little construction pillar from like a beam from a building. It's kind of neat. You'll see that how that can tie into someone else here. The chest symbol with the sort of gamma radiation, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Fun little thing. The figure looks great. the hair on the chest is very interesting choice, as well as the face has got a bit of stubble there, and I think the spiky hair works for him. But yeah, this is a little small minifigure build for the Hulk. Interesting. Very interesting. Just want to say, box art wise, I don't know what those side art pictures are. Like, it just does not work, I think. I don't know. Not a fan of that. The rest of the boxes, like we said yesterday, looks gorgeous. Next up, 76242. This is the Thanos Mech Armor, and this is a pretty crazy one. We've already had Thanos, so part of me is like upset and frustrated by their choices here, but at the same time, this one's definitely better. I like how it's clearly this. I'll look at the figure first here this time. The face is very similar, like in design, to the big fig Thanos from the Infinity Saga. Like, I think that looks great. The facial expression and all that. Torso printing, it's brand new. So yeah, at least it's a brand new Thanos, in that regard. But the other crazy thing is the fact that you can get the entire Infinity Gauntlet here for $15. Like, that's so cool. I didn't mention this before. I forgot to, but the arms and legs, the joints here, they are actually from the Ninjago wave of sets last year. So it's interesting that they're coming in here. And also from the Ninjago wave of sets for this year, though, is these new finger pieces there. And that's, yeah, I like how they look, how it's holding his little butter knife blade there. I think that looks really cool, the giant build for that. And just some of the build techniques, like, it's interesting that it's his arms there on the side. Like, you could see how it's purple and using those big pieces to show how muscular he is and how he can fit inside. I like how it's got, I don't know, it's bulky, the front of the chest. I think that's really neat. And it's got that printing there on the front. Could be a sticker, but yeah. Next up here we have set number 76243. This is the Rocket Mech, and yeah, this one's really interesting. I gotta say, like, I've never would have picked Rocket to have one, but it makes sense with the Guardians film coming out. And I like the colors here, the orange, the brown. Like, it's just such a unique build compared to all the other ones we've gotten before. I like how the one arm is like this giant gun and it shoots out all these little purple studs. The other one has the little finger pieces there in black. That's pretty great. You could see that from this picture here, the tail is actually built out of one of the bush pieces in reddish brown. I think that's kind of cool. again, just like the chest piece up at the top, like I like how it's in orange, and it's also the front there. It could be because of his outfit, which you'll see in a second, but it also sort of reminds me of the Guardianship. So I like that the color scheme is that, as well as the rocket figure. I think is really fun. Cute little design with like the dark tan sleeves and the design on that torso. New rocket, I'll absolutely take it. But I do want to say, just this was my friend's idea, Penn Plays. He's like, how much cooler would it have been if this was a Groot mech and just rocket could be like on the shoulders or something like that. But at the same time, you know, they're just wanting to have minifigures go inside this and sort of it be an extension to them. So maybe Groot will come in the future. But if you didn't know, yesterday we actually saw another mech, and that is Ghost Rider. And just to briefly show you it here, this is set number 76245, the Ghost Rider mech and bike, retailing for $34.99 USD or $44.99 Canadian. Again, same design as the mechs that we just saw, but it actually can sit on top of this giant bike build. So we actually haven't had 4 mechs in one January wave since the very start, so it's cool that that is returning here. It's interesting to note with this one, it's also the only Marvel mech that doesn't have a symbol on the chest. I think that piece is meant to represent like the flap on the jacket, now that we've seen up to almost 4 years worth. And the other reason I just want to talk about Ghost Rider again is because the packaging had it just a black panel there on the side, because, you know, he's not a part of the Avengers branding, I guess. But neither should Rocket, and I guess by extension Thanos as well. But I don't know, just throw him in there or create some Marvel branding. Very weird to have them all together now, and then Ghost Rider just has the ghost symbol on the back. Meanwhile, everyone else has Avengers symbols. It doesn't fit for Rocket. Doesn't make sense to me. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on these mechs for 2023. Now that we've seen all 4 of them, which one is your favorite? I think for me, it's probably still just the Ghost Rider one. I think it looks really great, and I'm excited to build that. I think my favorite is probably still the Ghost Rider one, but I don't know. I look at this and I see a repeat of a character, 2 new ones, which is great, but it's like these should be other people, which I talked about in another video. All of these here on the channel, we're gonna have reviews for that. Also, make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss out on those videos. But we also still have the Ant-Man and the Wasp set, Quantumania, which I believe is January 1st, but they could also just be revealing and launching that very close to the film, which they did with the War on the Water. And we've also got Spidey and His Amazing Friends, which could be revealed at any minute here today. So make sure you don't miss out on that either. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Hope you all have a great day. We'll see you all in the next one.